Hi everyone, good morning all. We are going to start a day three session. Okay, till now two sessions are completed. Okay, who are new today join, guys. So we have a link available. Till now, what are the sessions are available? Two sessions are available here. Day one and day two. Day one is for the course introduction. Day two prerequisites for the Java full stack we are going to start. That is about Spring framework. Yesterday completely theory part we discussed. That is about the day two. Today we are going to discuss with practice live hands-on examples. We'll try to practice for in today's session. Okay, if you have any enrollment or anything if required, because this is the contact number. And if you want to attend few more demo sessions, so this is the same link available in our YouTube as well. So next few days also Spring Boot demo sessions are available, you can attend as well, guys. Okay, so that is about, this is the register in advance, this is the link, and these are the backup videos link. Okay, let me continue. In day two, what we discussed. Okay, in day two, we discussed about introduction to the Spring Framework. What are the features of Spring Framework? Types of applications we can develop. What is IOC container? How to set up environment setup for the IDE? Like what are the steps we need to follow to develop your IDE here? Okay, let me continue. How to do environment setup for the Spring projects. I'm not saying Spring Boot here. I want to show complexity of project creation in the Spring, and then I will explain the Spring Boot so that it will be very easy for you understanding the Spring Boot knowledge as well. For that purpose I'm explaining right now, guys. Okay, now what is an IOC container? IOC container, as you know, object creation taken care by IOC container, dependency injection also taken care. IOC container types are Bean Factory and application context, what we discussed in the last session. Okay, now to develop development steps for the Spring projects. I'm not saying Spring Boot, I'm saying Spring project development steps. Like environment setup, I choose a Maven project. Here I need to create a configuration file, is nothing but our XML file, legacy approach. How we will create a Java Bean class, whatever you are creating the XML by using IOC container, how to retrieve your objects and how you can run the application. These six steps we need to follow to do development steps of project creation. Okay, whenever you have a question, please post in the chat box. I will take your question as well, guys. Okay, as development in environment means you should have a minimum Java 17 version, and how to download, how to install. Yesterday session I discussed about STS, Spring Tool Suite. Already we discussed in the last session. This is already completed in the yesterday session, guys. Okay, now let me go to, before doing that, we need to create a Spring configuration file. Before doing that, first step is completed. Second, I need to create a new Maven project. Okay, now just have a look here. Now what I will do, let me your workspace. Where is your workspace? In the downloads folder. This is our workspace here, STS 4.22.1. Here you have an icon called, this is the icon. Okay, just double click here. Now it will be a fast. Yesterday it took lot of time to open our tool. Now this time it should be fast. Who are completely new, have you guys done this setup, STS?
Yeah, I have completed.
Completed, okay, good. Others who are completely new, for them, just for those guys I'm saying, if you are already done, that's okay, no problem. What a Sharma, Ranjit, what about you guys? Why this much time taking also? Not sure why this much time is taking for me. Yes. See, when it is created, there is one folder is created in the backend. Configuration folder is created, guys. 8:10 a.m. Are you able to see? Okay. Now here we choose an F drive. Here 34 your batch code and 34 Spring Boot workspace. This is the one I'm taking right now. Click on the launch. Guys, in Java full stack, we are discussing a real-time project also, guys. To start with a real-time project, you should be comfortable Spring Boot and REST API development. Then only we can start our real-time project, guys. Okay, remember this point. Okay, now what it is, defender exclude, cancel, just make it as a cancel. Now this is the dashboard. Here I want to create a maven project file. Okay, new. Here I am choosing one project called maven project. Here I am not choosing spring boot project. No, I'm taking maven project. Here let me choose it here. Okay, how many configurations you should take care by developer. Now here I am choosing create a simple project. This is the option I am choosing right now. Choose the next option. Here whenever you are creating any project, please make sure we should have one group id. Okay, and I mean to say group id and artifact id we should provide. Varshit, IntelliJ later on time we will use, not right now here. Okay, not straight away. After few days, after 2 to 3 days, we'll start about IntelliJ as well, how to use IntelliJ as well. Okay, we have a lot of I mean we have some use cases where we cannot use IntelliJ, so later on time we'll explain. Right now please go ahead with this workspace worksheet. Okay, now here group id, I am following my company name like com.java express. Here I want to use a project name. Okay, I want to use some project name as a, I want to follow as a, okay, like some sequence I want to follow whenever I am creating my projects. 0 0 0 1 0 2 0 3 in the sequence way I want to follow while project creation. Okay, and the name of the project here I can say as it is completely optional. Spring initial setup, like this. Just I want to provide same here as well. Okay, here I can say a demo project something. Okay, now these are the minimum things we should provide, like a group id, artifact id is the mandatory here. Okay, choose the finish option. Now whatever I am creating, it is a simple maven project. Simple maven project I am creating. Okay, now project is created. Yes, if you see, this is a simple project structure for maven project. Here if you choose a pom.xml file, as of now I don't have anything. Okay, let me open. See here, I don't have any dependency information for this simple Java project here. If you want to get the functionalities of your Spring, okay, I should add one dependency, like we have a lot of dependencies are available. Like I mean to say Spring Core, Spring Context, okay, like Spring JDBC, Spring, okay, WebMVC, Spring MVC, okay, like a hyper, like a lot of dependencies are available. To start with our initial project, I need to add either Spring context module in our application here. That means I should define as a programmer, I am defining the dependencies here. See, now slowly complexities it will increase, guys. Now I am first step is, instead of business logic I am concentrating on the configuration. If you are going for the Spring framework, now first I should define the dependencies. So to get your dependencies, go to your maven central repo. Okay, here I need to add one dependency called Spring Context Maven dependency. I should add. See here, now I can add as a latest version, no issues at all. Let me choose 6.1.5, the version I will be use. Now here we have a, see, this is my dependency copy. Now, left hands are able to see only JRE system dependencies are available. These are all completely Java dependencies. As of now, there is no simple Maven project. That's it. Now, this project now I am converting into Spring project, not Spring Boot here. Okay. Now here, just copy paste that whatever you copied, just copy paste. Just save the application. Okay, now slowly left hand side you're able to see Maven dependencies, one tab. Click here option, see here, whenever you are using Spring context module, automatically couple of dependencies are added: micrometer commons, micrometer observations, AOP module, beans module, context module, core module, expression, and JCL. To implement your hello world program initial setup, first I had to add this dependency. This dependency internally downloaded these dependencies for you. If you add as a Spring core dependency, then the dependencies may change. Okay, are able to see this is a core module, only bean factory IOC container will support, application context will not support. Yesterday we discussed, right, container types. Now see, only two dependencies are available. If you are adding the context module, internet it is downloaded other dependencies here. Are able to see the difference here. Okay, now this is simple. Now it is a Spring project. This is completely a Spring project now. Why? Because I added Spring dependencies. First step is completed, second step is complete. See, development environment is ready, Maven project is ready. Now I need to create a configuration file, XML configuration file. Why? Because before going to the third option, let me go to the fourth option. I need to create some entity class, Okay, let me go ahead. Right click. I am creating one package. My package name I want to use as a com.java express. Okay, here I will write my main method. I want to add one entity class or model class. Let me write as a models. Here I want to write simple a one class called accounts. Just I'm writing one Pojo class as a accounts here. Now inside this accounts I'm adding few attributes: private, okay, string, account ID, private, string, person. As of now I'm taking all data types as a string. Later on time we'll use different data types. That's okay. Address. Now three attributes I taken here, three variables for the accounts class. Anyway you need setter methods, getter methods, right? Source, generate, getter, and setter methods generated. Now even I want to add as a toString method. Okay, now source toString method, just I want to add as a toString method. Okay, now toString method is also add. Now this is simple Java class. This is nothing but simple Java bean. When I say Java bean, if you have a setter methods, getter methods, okay, in the account Pojo class, a few variables, this is a simple Java class. How to represent this Java class as a Spring bean in Spring projects? Okay, to do that, we need to create one XML file, src main resources. This is your class path, guys. Remember this point. Here I need to create one file called XML file. Okay, now I can say application context dot XML file. I want to create one XML file here. Now here I should write our XML configuration data. How you will get it, the data? Now go to our project. Now here XML namespace for the Spring context. We'll go to official documentation. See, XML schema based configuration. Guys, today's session, whatever we are discussing, this is about Spring Framework project creation. If you go to the Spring Boot, you no need to do all the things taken care by your framework only. That is the advantage of Spring Boot. That is the next session. We'll discuss in detail about. Try to see at least once how it is happening by using Spring. Okay. Now, if you see here, XML schema based configurations. This is a Spring Beans. Okay, if you see the Spring context, this is about the XSD invalidation and some util. Now I can take this is a schema, like copy this completely XML configuration. Copy. Right click, copy. Okay, just this schema we should provide into where we should provide into our XML file. Just paste it here. Save. Now here see, if you want to represent your Java class as a Spring Bean, then here I need to create by using the bean tag. See, beans I need to here. I should provide some ID. Okay, and this is a syntax, guys. Now what is the class you want to provide? And this is the creation of object. Creation of your Spring Bean. Now this accounts.java I want to convert into a Spring Bean taken care by IOC container. Here you should define some variable initially. Let me take as a accounts. Okay, is my variable name. Okay, now how you will create a object normally? Accounts variable name equal to new accounts. Here also ID should be required. By default it will create a singleton object for you. Now here we should specify the class definition. Where is your class available? Under com dot java express dot models dot your accounts. This is your completely fully qualified name. Now this is represents your Spring Bean. I am converting Java Bean to a Spring Bean. This is about XML configuration. Till now, any questions? Then I will go for the next step. This is a old style, how we are writing. How it is new approach, annotation based approach, how much it is easy, you will get the difference later on time. Is everyone clear this XML, how I prepared? Yes, respond guys, yes or no?
Yeah.
Others? Only one student is there in classroom. What about others?
Yes, yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes,
N-
sir.
Clear, right? Now see, now your XML configuration file is ready. As part here, third step is completed. Okay, now fourth step is also completed. 3 and 4 both are completed. Now XML file is ready, and your hello world bean is nothing but your account details bean object is ready. Fifth step is IOC container. Okay, now go ahead with, here I want to create as a, now what I can do, right click, I want to create as a another package. This is your base package, guys. Okay, already we have a, okay, that's fine. Right click, I want to create as a class. Here where I want to create, here I can write as a test class. Okay, test class. Okay, main method test, just I am writing for our information, guys, for our understanding. Here our main method is required. In core Java, you know, my main method you will write, right? Now here I should create our IOC container. Okay, what are the IOC container types we have? Yesterday discussion.
Team container, application container.
Okay. Application context, what are the implementation classes are available? Yesterday we discussed, right? Now I want to create IOC container, then retrieve Spring Beans from IOC container here, like this. Now to create your IOC container, application context is a interface. Now this is your IOC container creation. Who is the implementation class? Use control click here. Now this is your interface. Internally it is extending lot of other interfaces and classes. Now here if you go to implementation level, see here lot of implementations are available. See, application context, again it is extending configurable application context. Here again abstract application context. If you go to bottom layer, see here class path XML application context, file system example application context, annotation config application context, Groovy XML static. See, it is extending Bean Factory. Again, we have a other like this. Lot of interfaces and implementations are available here. Now, one of the implementation I want to use as a right now class path XML application context. Now, let me copy. This is the implementation class. Okay, here I should specify your configuration file name. Class path represents by default, it will verify SRC main resources. This is the class path meaning. Here I should specify your XML configuration file. Why? Because whenever you are starting your IOC container, it will create all the bean objects. All the bean objects it will create for this one. It is expecting to try import. Let me import. Now IOC container is created right now. Now I want to retrieve your bean object. How to get? See here, context dot get bean object here. Here, what is the variable name we given bean name in application context dot XML accounts? Copy and go there here and specify which entity class you are specifying. This is the entity class, which entity you are represents. Now here you will get your object back as a accounts here. Now just let me print it system.out.println whether accounts hash code is printing or not will verify. Now right click, run as Java application. Now see, as of now empty. That means I don't have any ID, person name, or nothing address. Why? Because we are overriding toString method. Hash code is not printing here. Now here I am changing my variable name, guys. Accounts some temp variable just I am using. Let me run this application. Run as Java application. Very important, guys. What is the one? No bean named temp available. Whenever you are okay, let me do some, just a minute. I'm trying to see something. Okay, whenever this is your JVM, okay, think like this is your Java virtual machine. Okay, inside here one IOC container is created. What is the IOC container as a context? This is your IOC container. Whenever you start your application, what is the responsibility of your IOC container? Anyone? Creating, managing, configuring your objects. Yeah, that is what yesterday we discussed, right? Now, whenever IOC container is started, this application.xml, we have an object called, which object available? Accounts object is available. So inside your IOC container, this bean is created already. When you are getting the bean context.get bean, whether the temp is available here, tell me guys, or accounts is available? Tell me guys, temp is available or accounts is available? The variable inside your IOC container.
Temp.
Accounts is available, temp is not available. Am I correct or not? So that's why what is the
Yes.
exception we are facing? No such bean definition exception. Inside your IOC, this is what will happen now. In this structure, it will be happen your data here, guys. Okay, so that's why we are getting this exception now. Now have a look here. Now let me copy this error message. It's very important, these exception messages, as part of our development here. Okay, now how to provide the values? I want to provide basically whenever account object is created, even I want to share some information. Now see here, I am using as a property. Okay, property name. What is the property in the accounts.java? Account ID. account ID. Okay, let me provide the property names. Now this time it will create which type of constructor? Parameterized constructor here. Okay, now in the accounts.java, person name, what is the, okay, this is the person name. Now address value, now I am providing the address. Okay, now here I want to provide some value. Okay, I provide some value 78654, some value just I am providing here. Okay, now here also I want to provide some value, I want to provide some person name. Okay, suppose Varshit. Okay, here just address I want to provide, suppose USA, some address location just I give it. Now run this application again. Okay, let me change to your accounts. Right click, run as Java application. See, your object is printed. Why? Because IOC container initialized this Spring Bean object by using a constructor. It is invoked whenever you are retrieving from your IOC container get bean, you are able to print your account information here. This is about your accounts data. This is by using XML based approach. Load Spring context and retrieve the bean using IOC container and run your application. Run your application. This is the first project by using the XML approach. Can we convert this XML approach into a without XML? Same thing required. Can we do? Any confusion before starting? This time I want to ever completely XML using the Spring only, not Spring Boot. See, to print your account information, almost half an hour we spent. Think like a Spring Boot. Within 2 seconds, within 2 minutes, you can do. That is a huge difference, guys. That's why Spring Boot is popular nowadays. Lot of people don't know about how the context is happening, but I want to demonstrate you anyway. We are starting from basic, from the Spring, so that's why I explain 1 or 2 sessions on this session, guys. Are we good? Can we go for next one? Same project with uh, to avoid XML this time.
Okay.
Others, please acknowledge quickly.
Sir, that application context.xml, can you open that properties? Can you explain me that? What is this property?
Okay, how this data is displaying here? Whatever values we kept, same data is displaying or not? You are able to see the difference? Who are asking question, please? See,
Yes.
see, is nothing but these are all setter methods is executed at runtime. Now when you are printing accounts, toString method you are overridden, you are able to print the data. Bean object initialization. Clear
If I
now?
want constructor injection, I need to do something here.
Yes, again we need to do some constructor injection pattern. In the accounts.java, again we need to create some constructor based. Here we should add some other properties as well. Constructor arg, some properties we should add again. This is completely XML based approach, I mean to say. Anyway, we'll do setter injection, constructor injection, and with the annotation based approach, we will go ahead. Anyway, XML nowhere is using, so that's why. Clear?
Yeah, clear.
Okay, good. Let me do that. And what I will do, let me create a, now this time I am taking the copy. Guys, remember this one. I am cloning same project. Okay, copy. Just I want to paste it. This is source code, whatever we developed today, this is completely optional, right? I will be share you this is source code in your drive itself, guys. No worries that one. Okay. Now here, see here, what I want to do here, Spring Basic annotation approach. Okay, now 01 I am changing my project name. Click on copy. Okay, whenever you are copy another project, make sure you should change your pom.xml file, your group id. Whenever you are importing, you will face conflict issues, so that's why. Okay, now this is artifact id, you should change, only artifact id is sufficient. Okay, now what I want to do, application context ml I am removing completely here, just I am deleting now. Deleted, done. Okay, instead of, if you want to go for annotation based approach, okay, here I am creating one package, com.javaexpress.config, one package I am creating. Here I am creating one class. Okay, um, app bean config, I am creating one class. You can use any class. Whenever you start your application, this class will be loaded to represent. Instead of XML to load, we should specify one annotation call @configuration annotation. Here I want to give instruction to IOC container. I am following annotation based approach, then we should follow. Here tell me accounts is what is accounts bean or not? Tell me guys, is this accounts bean or not? Please confirm guys.
Yes.
This is called
Yes, sir.
accounts bean. Okay, here annotation based, if you want to approach to represent any Java class as a bean, now here see here public account details. Where is accounts? I want to get I can say get account. See here, return new accounts. Suppose this is a simple, to represent as a Spring Bean, I should specify @bean. By default, it will maintain. It will maintain as a singleton object. Every request, whenever you are creating IO, only one object is available. That is a default functionality of your IOC container, guys. Every request, a new object will not create here. Now just observe here. Now again go to main method. Here what are the changes I should do here? Okay, what are the changes I should follow? Instead of class path XML, okay, if you go to application context interface, we have another class available. See, annotation config application context. This is the one I should create. This is the implementation class. Now copy. Okay, here what is the input? When you start your IOC container, inside first project, I am loading XML file. Now whenever you are following annotation based approach, then I should follow which class? This is the class. Copy. This is the class you should specify. Class, that's it. Now let me import this statement. Done. Now just I'm running the application. Now here what is the bean name? This is the bean name. This is the bean name, guys. Okay, just run this application. See whether you are getting output or not. What happened? Tell me guys here again. When you are creating XML approach, you are providing ID. Here my ID is what? Accounts. What is the class name? Accounts. But here when you are running, accounts is not available into IOC container now. How I will get it? Now whenever you are creating, now this is your class name, this is your variable name. Whatever the method name you are using, that is your variable name. Instead of that, what I will do, accounts, just let me change to this is the variable name. Copy the variable name, paste it. Okay, now again run the application. See, as of now, I don't have any information. Why? Because simply I am creating which class? Normal Java class. Okay, but I need what object you need? I need parameterized constructor. Now go to your accounts.java. Here, let me create a parameterized constructor. Generate it here. Done. Now go to bean class. Here, let me add some values. Triple one. Okay. Some person name. Okay. Suppose Ashish. Okay. And let me provide some Hyderabad location. Just I provided some values. Now run this application one more time. Run as Java application. Now are able to see, previously we given configuration set XML approach. Now I am giving configuration at the Java layer. There is no XML here in this project. Now I am going for annotation based approach. See, at the rate bean. Whenever you are getting the always it will create a singleton object for you. Now at the rate configuration at the rate bean is useful when you load your IOC container. You will get your bean object here. Any questions here? Yes,
We are going to constructor based, right? Can we go with the setter based?
there is no constructor injection, no setter injection right now. This is simple Java class. That's it. Do I have any dependency on other classes? Tell me. Do I have any dependency on another object? I'm asking question.
No.
No, there is no constructor injection. There is no setter injections right now. This is simple accounts class. That's it. Simple. There is a constructor. Now this for accounts you have a parameterized constructor, default constructor, right? Object creation taken care by using here. Only object creation. Real time I can say when to use means like this REST template. If you want to consume any API, if you want to provide a instruction to IOC container, you should provide object like this REST template. Okay. This is not part of our this part of library. Return new REST template. In this use case, it will be helpful at the rate bean object like this. Like this we should create the objects. Wherever if you want to create a instantiation of your objects, this is the pattern by using the annotation based approach. I mean to say this is one approach. Still we can customize. Even I don't want to do like this, another way I can do as well. Can I go ahead with next step?
Sir, at the rate configuration, what it will do that?
It will be load your class. IOC container is loading, correct? See, annotation config application at a runtime, this class will be loaded when application start up. For that purpose we are using at the rate config. Real time we can use for security configuration classes or any REST template classes. To load your configurations at application startup, we will use at the rate configuration annotation. Now why we are using at the rate bean? To create accounts bean in IOC container. For that purpose, we are using at the rate bean. If I don't specify, if you try to run your application, what will happen? Tell me, guys. You guys tell me what will happen. New people join, but you are not there from day at starting of the session. Tell me, guys, who are joined. Now here I am not using at the rate bean, but I am trying to run the application. What exception will get?
No bean found.
Now see here,
No such element found.
see, no such bean definition exception. If you want to provide instruction to IOC container, hey, please go ahead and create a bean object, convert your Java bean to Spring Bean. How you will specify? By using at the rate bean annotation here. This is one approach. Real time use case, in which use case we will use is REST template, guys. Why? Because accounts one point tell me accounts.java is available under your classes or is part of another library? Tell me, guys. I'm asking question.
Under the class.
Under our under our project. So that's why you're able to create no issues at all. That's why we are specifying at that. We have a replacement also instead of like that. Anyway, I will demonstrate you right now. Now, first, is this clear? Even I want to avoid this one. Think like you have 20 classes. Do you mean 20 bean objects I should create? Is it complex or not? Tell me, guys, is it complex or not? If you have a 20 Pojo classes, 20 times I should write bean objects. Normally think. Yes or no? Tell me, guys.
Yes.
What is the problem
Yes,
here?
sir.
Repetitive.
Yes, tell me. Please complete your point.
We have to repeatedly.
Try to write multiple Java
multiple
bean
beans.
objects specifying. Think like a only 20. Think like 100 classes in the real-time enterprise level. You may have n number of classes. Am I correct or not? But every time specifying at the rate being like this, it's quite difficult or not. Like this, I should write like think like a, okay, this is a employee, this is a department, this is some kind of any project course, something like we should specify. To avoid this also, Spring is giving another approach as well. Now see here, that is about a to get a benefit component scanning. These are all part of Spring only, not Spring Boot, guys. See here, I'm copy the project. I'm choosing 02. Here, Spring component scanning. Just see. Only few differences with multiple projects, just its guide. If I do in a single project, you will never see the difference. So that's why I'm choosing different kind of projects now. Okay. Now go to your config.java, remove this one. Just I removed here. Okay. Now what I want to do, I want to create another class as well. Suppose employee. Okay. Now let me write one constructor here as well. System.println employee a default constructor. Okay, that's good. Now accounts.java. Here also I want to create a default constructor to get to show you the difference. Accounts constructor. Okay. Now employee.java, accounts.java. Now go to app beancon. Now previously, how should I write? Like this. Do I need to write like this or not? Just verify. Employee. Now let me remove. Anyway, I'm using a default constructor. Just ignore about this. Is this approach or not previously? Tell me, guys, is this approach or not?
Yes.
Now I am removing completely. I don't want to use. Instead of using, I can go ahead with another approach. We have an annotation at the rate component scan. Here you should provide your base package. See, this is an array. Here you should specify what is the package name, com.java express. That's it. Now the component scanning responsibility is to identify your Spring Beans into in your package. How it will identify? We have one special annotation is available at the rate component. If you use this annotation, Spring Bean will create. How to represent your Java class as a Spring Bean? That is the one, guys. See here. Any normal Java class is initialized by IOC container is called as a Spring Bean. We can represent Spring Bean by using an annotation called @component. Till now we using @bean by using XML. Now onwards, now I am using @component annotation. Now at a runtime, object will be created for your accounts and employee as well. See here. Done. Now there is no configuration, only this is the configuration. Now go to your main method. Okay, here what I will do, let me copy here employee object, employee class. Now the return type is your employee emp. Let me print it as a emp. Now right click, run as Java application. See, accounts constructor, employee default constructor, toString method we are overridden. So this is a null values and your model class. Now these two objects are created by IOC container or not? By using which approach? Component scan. This is the to identify spring beans. To identify spring beans in our project. How to identify spring bean? By using whichever classes you mention annotation @component. Those annotations will identify, and runtime you will get the data. Slowly see, complexity is reducing, guys. If you observe everywhere, see the difference. First stage, first project, XML. The complexity, XML I need to create these mappings, and I am keeping the values as of now. You can keep it, later on time we'll do how you can perform this data. Now this is one approach. Second approach, what we are going ahead, what we seen, I need to create multiple bean definitions here. Again, it's kind of a complexity in our project. Now what is the third approach? Third approach, completely annotation based up. There is no XML, there is no beans, just only one annotation, these two annotations only. Now make sense? Any questions? Yes.
@bean and @component scan both are behaving same, right?
Yes, both are same. This will identify spring beans in our project throughout your package. com.java express, this is your base. What are the sub packages? Config, model. It's kind of a global behavior. Spring bean only specific to single object.
Sir, in this method, how do you add values to it?
That is about injections. As of now, there is no injections, nothing started. Value. This is object creation we are discussing. That's it. How to perform values and everything. Suppose you want to set the data. Now, how you will set the data? See here. You have a here. You can set your information. Accounts dot set account ID like this. Now see here. You need object. End of the day, you need object. Now run this application. Run as Java application. Adding or not? Now you want to set your name by using setters, as someone is asked, right? Now see here, set address Hyderabad. Okay, now accounts dot set person name. Okay, suppose Nilesh, something, some name, just I give it. Run as Java application. Data is displaying or not? The main intention by IOC container is object creation. How objects are creating your IOC container? That is the question here. Exactly. XML is not more required. It is an annotation based approach. That's why I see here annotation config application that is a supporting by your IOC container. Here it is going for XML based approach, .xml file. Framework will take care about creation, that is an internal step. But from programmer level, is it easy or not to use annotation based approach? That's why Annotation based approach is the most easiest part compared to all legacy projects are available in XML, guys. So now they are migrating XML to with Spring Boot with annotation based approach. Spring Boot, there is no, even Spring also now there is no XML configurations are not required here. But this is completely a standalone application. Come to think like a web application. Lot of files you need to create. It's not that much easy to create using XMLs here. Lot of time it will take. That's why everyone started learning a Spring Boot picture here, guys. Okay, this is about your Spring Beans here, guys. Okay, so this dependency injection will discuss by using the Spring Boot here, not from here. Why? Because end of the day both are same. Why? Because annotation based approach here. Now the same examples tomorrow I will demonstrate using Spring Boot here. Simple. Whatever you done, nothing is required. Only one step you need to take care. Only you need to use this, and that's it. There is no change, nothing is required. If you are using Spring Boot project, only at the rate component is required, nothing else. Everything taken care by our framework. That's why it is a simple production grade ready applications we can create. Spring Boot is a popular for microservices development also. Okay, tomorrow again we'll continue the session. So we'll share these three projects to everyone. Okay, to your emails you will get it who are already enrolled. If you want to attend next couple of sessions also, who are watching this video, just this is a registration link already available in our YouTube, and this is our backup videos. Who are completely joined new completely, for them I recommend you to watch day 1 and day 2. Today is the day 3 session. Without watching day 1 and day 2, next session quite difficult for you to avoid. Okay, if you want to sync with us, with everyone, make sure complete day 1 and day 2. It's a mandatory, guys, not optional. Clear? Any questions? We have a setter injection, constructor injection, field injection, dependency injection concept. I will explain with the help of the Spring Boot here, guys. That is the next session we'll discuss. Tomorrow I will introduce Spring Boot. What is Spring Boot? Why Spring Boot is popular? What are the Spring Boot features we have? And then we'll discuss about again your IOC container and your injection concepts, how it is working. Today examples will convert into a Spring Boot in the next session, guys. Any questions? If you want to register, or who are watching here, if you see in the description already we have information here, guys. Here the link is available here. See, register in advance. Now this is the contact number for enrollment here. Okay, so any questions before closing our session? Today video also will available here. Once video is available, we'll post in our Java Express official channel, so you can get it the link from here, guys. Make sure join in this group. Yes, someone asking. Worship, then try to use STS. Don't depend on completely IntelliJ. Why? Because we have some issues with IntelliJ. If here is ultimate edition, that is good. If we are using community edition, right? If it is a community edition, couple of things will not work. Or you are using office laptop, then you need to think that part, Varshit. Okay, you have ultimate, then you can able to create Maven, direct Maven project Varshit directly in IntelliJ as well. Okay. Anyway, we will be one day we'll discuss about that part as well. Don't worry.
Yes, servlet and JSP record for Spring.
Sorry.
Servlet and JSP record for Spring.
No, not required. Completely. That is completely freshers who are attending interviews for them. For the names like JDBC, servlets and JSP. But nowadays, even for the freshers also, no one is asking. There are, do you know directly Spring Boot or not microservice? Why? Because outside industry people are expecting this is the tech stack, right? Whatever we are using, that is the complete tech stack they are expecting. These are real time modules what we are using as part of our organization. REST API development, microservices development, everything. Okay,
Sir,
just
Spring Boot
watch.
3. Spring
Yeah.
Boot 3 covering, sir, anything? Spring Boot 3.
Spring Boot 3 only we will be use latest version.
Okay, features, anything security
Everything.
related.
Yeah. Security is a separate module, Abdul. That is check with our admin team. Spring security is a separate course as part of here. That check with our admin team. Apart from security, everything is covered. Why? Because Spring security is kind of a 10 days of training. It's not like a 1 days or 2 days. Okay. Syllabus, once you have enrolled, anyway you will get as part of your email, your enrollment, your Google Drive, it will be available. Whoever done our enrollment, guys, you can able to find everything in their folder. Already we sent yesterday. If you are facing any issues accessing, just drop an email immediately. They will help you. Any questions? As we said, estimation end date will be June 25th we given. Maybe it may extend also, but don't think estimation date course completion. Couple of students, 1 or 2 guys will be there. They will think only when you will complete syllabus. If you're only completing syllabus, why you are joining? If you are learning, then join this course. Just completing syllabus, don't come here. 1 or 2 students I saw in my previous batch. Yeah, just to get a hint for you, just I'm giving. Maybe think like how much content I am covering as part of, if I take 1 hour or 2 hours, how much syllabus we are covering. Is it information is useful or not? For your interview purpose is available or not? As part of your project development is useful. You need to think in this approach, guys, in this way. Okay, so this is our admin number, so you can contact them for enrollment here. Okay, so that's all today's session, guys. The video is available. Once it is available, we will post in our Telegram group. You can get it in this Telegram group link as well, guys. Okay, thank you, guys.
Thank you.